Oshkosh Today, your connection to events and organizations in the Oshkosh area.
The Oshkosh event season is ramping up this spring, and we have a lot of great things to look forward to on Oshkosh Today. The Lakefly Writers Conference gives professional and amateur writers the opportunity to learn more about the writing world. The Oshkosh Rugby Football Club remembers and celebrates a teammate lost with a memorial golf outing for a great cause. The Paine's Festival of Spring kicks off everyone's favorite time of year with a big plant sale and art fair. Habitat for Humanity's Home is Where the Heart Is raises support and funding for their biggest building projects for well-deserving families. The Oshkosh Community Player's latest production, Calendar Girls, is not to be missed and supports cancer organizations as well. BikeOsh Ride and Bike Rodeo encourages Oshkosh to get on their bike, get moving, and check out our city. Focus on Health gives us a chance to look at programs and procedures at Aurora Medical Center.
Oshkosh Today. Oshkosh Today is supported in part by the Friends of OCM and Aurora Healthcare, 855 Northwest Haven Drive. Set design provided by House of Flowers, 1920 Algoma Boulevard.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Oshkosh Today, your source for all of the wonderful local events and organizations right here in our wonderful city of Oshkosh. I'm your host, Emily Springstrow, and we have a loaded show today. We have a lot of people to talk to, a lot of great things coming up here in the spring season in Oshkosh. And first one that I'm going to introduce, we're going to go ahead and dive right into our first segment, and that is for the Lakefly Writers Conference. So I'd like to introduce Ruth Percy from the Oshkosh Public Library, and she is going to tell us all about this really cool event. So Ruth, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me on, Emily. I'm really excited to be here.
And this is a really exciting event. It brings people from all over. It's the Lakefly Writers Conference.
Correct.
So tell us when and where is the event this year?
The event this year, and this is our 5th anniversary, is at the Downtown Convention Center, May 12th and 13th. So It's coming up quick.
It is coming up quick.
Yeah.
And how much does it cost to attend if you're interested in going?
Sure. It's $60, and that does include lunch on Saturday. We do accept walk-ins. Registration, I believe, ends on May 5th. And then we will accept walk-ins. That would be $70, but that does not include lunch. So lunch would be on your own then.
Okay, so you can just go, walk up, and come to the conference,
Yep.
or you can register ahead of time.
Yep.
Where do we do that?
The Lakefly website is lakeflywriters.org.
Okay.
And there's registration on there. We also have our schedule of all the speakers, so you can see and start planning what sessions you're going to attend and stuff like that. So.
Well, great. Well, now that we got the technical stuff, how we can sign up out of the way, let's talk about the conference. So it's the Lakefly Writers Conference. Kind of give us an overview of what exactly that is and what the structure is.
The conference is intended for beginning and amateur and professional writers. We try to hit them all. So if you're a beginning writer, you'll find something there to interest you. If you've been at it for a while, there'll be some offerings for you as well. We kind of divide it into tracks. So there are some sessions that everyone will listen to our keynote speaker, things like that. And then we have numerous breakout sessions that are, like I said, in tracks. So, for example, if you're interested in self-publishing, we have 3 or 4 sessions that you would attend that are not going on at the same time, so there's no conflict of interest there. And then just for some of the other tracks, we've got one for people that are writing murder mysteries or crime or detective novels.
Okay.
Self-publishing is a big hit. Everyone's always interested in that. And one of the panel workshops that I'm really proud of, or will be a really good one, is this woman, Jill Swenson, she's from Appleton. She's got a book company, Swenson Book Development. She's going to do a session on editors and agents, everything you want to know about editors and agents. When should I walk away from a contract? Do I need a contract? Do I need an agent? Those kinds of things.
Yeah.
She's really well connected. She's from New York, although she lives in Wisconsin now. And she always talks about, at Christmas time, she does a cookie exchange with the bigwigs in New York still.
Ooh,
so
yes,
yeah,
the bigwigs.
But she does really keep up to date on the publishing industry because it changes a lot in the last 5 years even.
Oh, definitely. So there's a lot of really good things that writers can, learn about that are not even associated with the actual writing of a book. It's
Sure.
a lot of the business that surrounds, publishing and
Right.
getting your name out there.
There are some things on technique. For example, there's a workshop on the elements of suspense, and that is whether you're writing a courtroom drama or a romance. You need suspense. So there's some on technique, and then there's some on the business end. For example, if you're going to self-publish a book, one of the things you have to do is come up with a cover. So one of the things that she'll be talking about is how to get book covers for really cheap, and other things like how to write a good blurb for the back of your book and stuff like that.
So interesting. All these things that I never think about, but it's such an important part of, having a book. So.
Well, and even when you have an agent, I have writer friends that have, my one friend has a contract with Random House. She is expected to be on social media. She's expected to do a blog post every week. So these are things that the publisher used to take care of for you, and they spent a lot of time promoting you. But now, even if you get signed with a big publisher, you're still responsible for doing a lot of that stuff. So you'll find things here to help you do it efficiently and better.
Very cool. Well, a lot of really good workshops, breakout sessions, and really cool speakers. You mentioned one that is got really great contacts in New York with the big wigs.
Yeah.
Tell us about the keynote speaker.
Our keynote speaker this year is Nicholas Butler. He was born in Pennsylvania, but he lives in Wisconsin now. He came out with a novel a couple years ago called Shotgun Love Songs, which I saw the title and I had to read it because it was just an interesting title. And then he's got a new one out now called The Hearts of Men, which is getting really good reviews. He's been published in multiple languages. For those that might be familiar with Michael Perry, he's kind of Michael Perry-ish. He really captures what it's like to live in a rural community. His latest book is about a relationship between a father and a son. So it's not like, it appeals to both genders. Excuse me. It's more of a drama type writing than like chick lit or something like that.
Right. He really kind of gets into the deep down
Yeah, he might
stuff.
be the next, maybe Nicholas Sparks.
Ooh,
I don't know.
I like it. Very cool. And his name's already Nicholas, so that
Yeah,
helps too.
yeah.
So authors that are going to be at the conference, will they have the opportunity to be selling any of their books, and will there be opportunities to get autographs from some of the speakers?
Yeah, that's a great question. There will be a book exhibit where people can that are attending the conference can sell their books, but also all of the authors will have their books for sale, and there will be at the end of the conference a book signing session for that.
Okay.
If I can go back to Nicholas Butler real quick.
Yeah.
For those that want to go to the don't want to go to the conference, he will be speaking at the library on Thursday,
Yes.
May 11th. I believe I have that date right.
Yes,
May 11th at 6:30, and that's free and open to the public. So he'll be doing a book talk, and then he will sell books and autograph them after that talk.
Excellent.
He's been a favorite among a lot of book club folks. So some people that belong to a book club might be familiar with him through that.
Wonderful. So a really cool opportunity for that. We got about a minute left, so sponsors, we got to give them some credit.
Sure. First of all, the Friends of the Library are a huge sponsor, and then also the Oshkosh Public Library through some trust funds fund the conference as well.
So a lot of really great support for the conference. A
Yeah.
lot of it's a great opportunity to get people into Oshkosh and to take advantage of all of these great resources.
Yes, we attract people from neighboring states as well as just Wisconsin, so that's really nice.
Wonderful. Well, we're really looking forward to it. It's been great learning a little bit more about it. Once more, where can we find more information about
Sure.
it?
The more information is available at lakeflywriters.org. We're also on Facebook and on Twitter under Lakefly Writers.
Wonderful. Well, Ruth, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
It's been great having you, and we can't wait to have you back again.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Emily.
Coming up next, we're going to talk to the Oshkosh Rugby Football Club about an event that they have coming up. We'll be right back on Oshkosh Today.
Oshkosh Media is government programming on GovTV, community programming on Life TV, community radio on Oshkosh FM 101.9 WOCT, online at oshkoshmedia.org, YouTube, and Facebook.
Our climate is changing. making a few changes around the office can cut carbon emissions. Shut off your computer, monitor, and other electronics when you're not using them. Turn off the lights in rooms you're not using. Recycle paper and plastic. Print on both sides of the paper. And buy office products that use recycled content. Reduce your carbon impact to the environment. Act now on climate change.
Welcome back to Oshkosh Today. Thanks again for joining us. Now we have our friend from the Oshkosh Rugby football team, or club I should say, Chris Jones, and he is here to tell us all about a memorial golf outing that they have planned in just a few weeks here. So Chris, welcome to Oshkosh Today, and thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yes, so first off, before we get into the event, why don't you give us a little bit of background on the Oshkosh Rugby Football Club and who you guys are?
Sure. Oshkosh Rugby Football Club, a lot of people, whenever we tell them we're around, they're always surprised. We've been around since 1978. It actually started. Primarily, we're a men's club, but we have primarily college guys on the team at this point. But anyone that's over 18 is welcome to come out on the team. We have guys fresh out of high school that are 18 on the team, and we've had guys into their early 40s on the team. And right now we have some guys in the mid to late 30s.
Very cool. Wide variety of guys.
Yep.
And I'm not even going to ask you about the rules of rugby because it confuses me so much.
Yeah,
but
me too,
it's a really interesting sport. It's really fun to watch. And I know you're always encouraging people to come out and take a look at your games when you have them here in Oshkosh.
Yep, and we always say there's no experience necessary. The first thing everyone always says is, oh my gosh, I would love to do it, but I don't know how to play. That's how everyone starts out. So we welcome everyone to come in and come to a practice, and then we'll take it from there.
Very cool. And if people are wanting to learn more a little bit about the Oshkosh Rugby Club, where can they go? You guys got a website, Facebook page?
Yep, we have www.oshkoshrugby.com and then facebook.com/mightypigs, and we have a Twitter account also.
Okay, the Mighty Pigs, that's
Yep.
the name of it. Awesome. And you're here to talk about an event that you've got coming up. That is a memorial golf outing for Taylor Rydahl. Tell us a little bit about that. When is it taking place, first of all?
Sure. That is on Saturday, May 27th. Check-in is at noon, and then they're starting right at 1 o'clock.
Okay, and tell us a little bit about the background. Obviously, it's in memorial of Taylor Rydahl, who was a former member of the Oshkosh Rugby Club.
Yes, Taylor, he had actually came to our club fresh out of high school when he was 18, and was a member of our club for about the past 5 years, and he actually had just moved away this last year and was pursuing his PhD in computer science in Virginia, Virginia Tech, I believe, and unfortunately passed away. Had a stroke at 22, just about a month and a half ago.
Just terrible.
Very
I'm so sorry for
unfortunate.
your loss. And so this is really, it's a great way to remember and support, and the golf outing also is kind of raising funds as well.
Right, we've been talking about doing a golf outing for a while as a fundraiser, and then this seemed like a way to also give back to Taylor and his family, and as a memorial as well.
And our coworker here, Jake Tim, he was telling us how close-knit the Oshkosh Rugby Club is. You guys are like a family. And so to have something like that happen, it's just a terrible, terrible thing. And to turn this around and turn it into something that's positive, something that will bring awareness, and then also support those organizations is just a really admirable and wonderful thing. So it's great to hear about. Tell us a little bit about the golf outing. Who's all involved, and how exactly does it all work?
Sure. It's being held at Farview Golf Course. It's 4-person teams, but if you want to just come out by yourself, that's fine. It's $50 for a single, or you can sign up for a team for $200, and you can do that right on our website at oshkoshrugby.com. Right on the front page, there's tickets for that for a single or for a full team. Or they also have, if you're like me and don't really know much about golf but want to come and hang out and support also, they have a party on the patio, and that's $20. Okay. And that includes food and drinks as well for that.
I like the sound of the party on the patio. I'm not much of a golfer, and that was going to be one of my questions. How can we support without golfing? So that's a great way, and I know you're raising funds too, so even donations and things like that, of course.
Yep, and we also have, there is a GoFundMe for if you can't go to the golf tournament and want to support also. For the same thing, all that money is going towards towards his family in a memorial also.
Excellent. So how can we sign up?
So yeah, again, right at OshkoshRugby.com, we'll have all those tickets there. Or you can also just reach out to anyone in the club and they'll point you in the right direction too. I believe we can go right to Farview Golf Course also and get tickets there. So.
All right. Well, we have a little bit of time left, so why don't we talk a little bit more about the rugby club? You guys are very involved in the community. It's not just you're not just playing rugby. So tell us about some of the other things that you guys are up to throughout the year.
Sure. We're always looking for more things to do as well. You know, we for the Oshkosh Half Marathon, we try to do water stations. I know that marathons is a big one, but we've done Habitat for Humanity. We're trying to get back into that. Haven't done that in a couple of years. We've done things on campus to help move in the new students as they come there, and it's also a nice recruiting tool for us as well to pick up people when they start coming around. So if anyone who's looking for help also, if you go to our website and fill out the form, or we also have contact numbers, we're always more than happy to help pitch in. So.
Yes. I love the fact that you guys help with the move-in. I know when I moved into college, that was awesome to have those people help out, and it's probably a good workout for you guys too. Right. Be lifting up heavy boxes and things like that. So yeah, it's great to see that you guys are so involved in the community. Oshkosh is proud to have a rugby club. Do you ever see any opportunity to expand into even more teams or more ages or more skill levels, things like that?
Yes, we actually, so in Oshkosh, there is a high school team, and that's actually where I got involved, and they actually had now started a middle school team too this year. That's brand new. And last year they started youth touch rugby, flag rugby.
Very
so
cool.
Yeah, there's always more coming up, and all the way into Appleton and Fond du Lac. Green Bay has several teams. It's expanding.
Catching on.
Yes.
That's great. Well, once more, if you just want to recap the date, time, location of the Taylor Rydahl Memorial Golf Outing for us.
Yep, that's May 27th on Saturday at Farview Golf Course. Check-in is at noon, and we'll get started right away at 1 o'clock. And again, if you don't know how to play golf, no big deal. Just come on out and hang out.
Wonderful. Well, Chris, thank you so much for stopping in, telling us all about it. We cannot wait for this Memorial Golf Outing, and we hope we can make it an annual thing.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Coming up, we're going to get a preview of the Paine Art Center and Gardens Festival of Spring. We'll be right back.
It's not a charity, it's more than a charity. It's about helping people we live with. It's about being the type of person that the 6-year-old version of ourselves wanted us to be. It's about community and looking out for one another. It's about money, yes, but it's so much more than money. It's about friendship and common values. It's about opening doors when others are slammed shut. It's about giving kids a place to be kids and growing up knowing they live in a community that cares about them. It's about making sure that everyone gets to see the dentist, because we want to make sure that they have every last tooth in those smiles. Ultimately, that's it. It's about the smiles, old smiles and new smiles. It's about us, all of us, our community living united, because great things happen when we live united. Will you join us?
Welcome back to Oshkosh Today. Thanks again for joining us. Now we have Kelly Marsachek, our friend from the Paine Art Center and Gardens, who is going to tell us all about a really fun event. It is called the Festival of Spring. So without further ado, welcome Kelly, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So the Festival of Spring, one of my favorite events throughout the year here in Oshkosh, because it is a sign that warmer weather is coming. And every weekend that you have it, it always ends up to be a beautiful day. So we're really looking forward to it. Tell us, when is the Festival of Spring this year?
This year, our Festival of Spring is on Saturday, May 20th, and it is from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you are a Paine member, you can get into the plant sale early at 8 a.m., which is a special perk for members.
Excellent. And where is it all located?
It is located right outside of our main property at the Paine. So just kind of on the corner of Algoma and Congress. And then there's a little bit more as you go down towards Elmwood, and it just goes right on down the street there.
Perfect. And it's such a cool event. There's so much to see. So definitely plan to spend the whole day there. There's a lot to do. Give us a little bit of an overview of what's all included. You mentioned a plant sale.
Yes. So our big portion of it is our fundraiser for the gardens, and is a plant sale where we focus on providing for sale plants that are hard to find or unique or tried and true. They've been tested and do well in this area. There are things that people are really seeking for, and so that's why people really enjoy coming to this event also, is because it's a great source, one of the biggest sources in the area for plants.
So you definitely want to take advantage. It's got everything you could possibly imagine if you're getting your garden started for the year or for the summer. In addition to the plant sale, there's an art fair, an art show. Tell us about that.
Yes, it goes really well with the art fair. We have about 100 or more vendors that come out and they sell their art, and it's anything from garden art or to things to put in your yard, to bird baths, and to bird houses, and there's metalwork, there's jewelry, there's photography, so much to see. It's all, special things that people from the area have created.
It's amazing how many things are there. I went last year, and I think I left with a pair of fishing lure earrings, and they are so cute. But you're right, there's so many things. If you're looking for something, a wall hanging, art, things like that, and then garden, and even those little goofy things like fishing lure earrings.
Yes.
So it takes a while to get through all of it too, and that's one of the great things. It's a day event. Come and spend the day. There's food, so you don't need to worry about being hungry at this event either. Tell us about some of the refreshments.
That's right. There's great fair food. There's funnel cakes, hot dogs, popsicles even. Just a wide variety of food, kettle corn, things that people really love at festivals. And so that's there, and it's a great atmosphere for it.
And entertainment as well. If you're going to take a little break and grab a bite to eat, then there's also some great entertainment.
I think the entertainment really adds to the event because as you're walking through, you get to hear the folk music, or we have Druid's Table coming, 50% folk, and Shady Grove coming again. They're the people who usually come, and they do a great job with it, and it makes it just, like I said, the atmosphere makes it so much better. But you can also sit and eat and enjoy the entertainment as well.
Exactly. Well, very cool. It's a fun day, lots of things, something for everyone. And there's also an opportunity to kind of check out the Paine Art Center while you're there too.
Yeah. During this event, our gardens are open for free, and this time of year, it's unpredictable what will be there, but there is always something there to see. So maybe daffodils and tulips will be up, or the annuals will start coming up too. So the gardens are beautiful. And then inside the Paine, you can also go in. We do have admission for that, but it's $9 for an adult, and you can go in. That includes then you can see the current exhibition, which is paintings by Craig Bleets, which highlights agrarian life and farm life, and has done really well, and people are really enjoying that exhibition. So it's a great opportunity to sneak inside as well.
So much fun. And yeah, you don't get opportunities to kind of just stroll around and take your time. So if you need to get away from the hustle and bustle of the art fair and the plant sale, it's a great chance to just come into a quiet area as well. Let's see, parking. We got to find out where we're going to park, because that's always something we're concerned about in that area.
Yeah, there is a lot of opportunities for parking along the streets, but then also a little bit in our parking lot, and then there is there's two churches nearby that for a small donation will also help you find some parking in their lots.
Perfect. And we got to talk about the sponsors that are making this possible. Who's behind it all here?
Yeah, we have some great sponsors. Horicon Bank is our lead sponsor, and McClone has sponsored the entertainment for the festival, and then our media partner is WOSH.
Wonderful. So a lot of great community support for the event, and it all goes to support the Paine Art Center and Gardens and the programs that you have there. So where can we find more information about the festival and the Paine?
Yes, you can find more information either on our Facebook page or our website, and our website is at thepaine.org. And we will even put up a plant list on that website as well, so you can see in advance what is being sold, because there's so many great plants available in the different categories.
That's really nice. Kind of plan ahead on what you're going to get and how you're going to attack that sale.
Yes.
And so, of course, we got about a minute left, so quickly, we've got just a few tips for some of the people that are going to plan on attending. Wagons are very helpful to bring along.
Wagons are helpful. We do provide a few, as much as we can, but just to secure that you have one, if you have one at home, bring it along. Okay. We try to make it really easy for fair goers. So we have a couple of things that help. One is we have a holding area. So there's what we call the non-paid holding area as you're looking through the plants area and you just find some, but you don't want to keep carrying it. There's we have numbers and work with volunteers that will help you secure your plants while you continue to look. Then if you've paid for your plants and don't want to haul them to your car, we have a drive-up area that you can leave with the outside holding area then and pull your car right up and get those into there. And that's a really great feature.
Yes, makes your life a lot easier when you have like 3 wagons full of plants that you got to get to your car. And then, of course, we've always got to promote the memberships. The members of the Paine get a little discount at the plant sale.
That's right. Not only do they get in early, but they also get 10% off of the plants that they purchase at the plant sale.
Wonderful. Well, Kelly, thank you so much. It's a lot to go through. We are so excited for the Festival of Spring. I cannot wait. And we're going to count on sunny skies that day, right?
We are, yes.
Well, thanks again.
Thank you.
Coming up next, we're going to chat with our friends at Habitat for Humanity all about a big event that they have coming up. We'll be right back on Oshkosh Today.
Hi, remember me? I'm one of more than 3 million disabled veterans living in the United States. My brothers and sisters gladly gave our all for our country, but we need help to get our lives back to normal again. That's why we depend on the DAV, the Disabled American Veterans, to fight for benefits and rights that we earned. Don't forget America's disabled veterans, and remember the DAV.
Welcome back to Oshkosh Today. Thanks again for joining us. Now we're joined by our good friend Jeff Potts from Habitat for Humanity, and he is going to tell us all about the event Home is Where the Heart Is. So Jeff, welcome to Oshkosh Today. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Emily. Happy to be here.
Yes, it's great to have you. Home is Where the Heart is coming up. It's coming up pretty quick here. Tell us a little bit about, first, what the event is all about and what it supports here.
Absolutely. So this is our 7th year doing Home is Where the Heart Is, and I've been involved for the past 3. And essentially what it is, it's a live and silent art auction. So we partner with local and regional artists, and they create us a unique piece that goes on the art auction block that night, and all the proceeds help fund the mission of Habitat for Humanity. So it's really a fun and kind of cool way to raise some money to help families in Oshkosh.
Yes, as well as support local artists and kind of see all the great work that's out there too.
Absolutely. When the idea came about 7 years ago for the first one, it was really to tap into the great artist community and the fact that they like to be a part of things that are good.
Yeah.
And that community has just been very generous to us over the years. This one event, hopefully they'll raise about $20,000, and that's due to the generosity of local artists.
And that's a big deal, especially for Habitat for Humanity. You're a nonprofit organization, and so you do depend heavily on these fundraisers, and it's amazing to see the community support that comes from that for these kinds of things.
Absolutely. What we essentially do is we build houses for low-income folks and then sell them to them for a 0% interest mortgage. It's expensive to build a house, and when you're trying to make the cost of a build project match the ability to pay of some of our partner families, it can get a little tricky. So all the support we can get definitely helps. We have a lot of great corporate funders. We have our Restore that helps generate a lot of money to build houses, but our one event, our fundraising event a year definitely helps put us over the top.
Yes. So tell us, what's the date for Home is Where the Heart Is? What's the time? Where is it going to be?
Absolutely. It is. It's a Thursday night, May 18th, and we host it at the Oshkosh Convention Center. A couple good things about doing it on a weeknight is, one, we're very cognizant of your time, so I promise we will be wrapped up by 8 o'clock so you can get home and do your homework or whatever you got to do. But the event itself, the doors open at 6 or 5 o'clock, and from 5 to 6 we have a cocktail hour. It's a chance to wander around and look at the great silent auction items, to peruse the 5 auction items that'll go on the main auction. There's a dinner portion of it. What we do that I think is a little cool is you don't sit down and have dinner and then we get into the auction. We do it in between courses. So we'll have 5 main pieces of artwork that get auctioned off, and one will go before the appetizers served, one will go in between that course, and so we really keep things moving. I've been to and been involved in enough fundraisers to know that your goal is to raise a whole bunch of money, but your goal is also to make sure everybody in that room has a really good time.
Exactly.
And I think we do a good job of that.
Yes, and the cocktails help too.
Absolutely.
So we have that. We have a dinner.
Yes.
Any preview or anything special about the dinner?
What I think is really cool is we get a couple of our partner families to talk. So right now we're building this duplex on the corner of Parkway and Grove Street, and it's going to be ADA compliant on both sides. So low-income folks with mobility issues, and both of our families that are going to eventually purchase those units will be at our event, and we're going to have an opportunity to hear their stories.
That's amazing.
And what is so cool about Habitat is we literally change people's lives. We take them from a low-income situation, and we give them the opportunity to own a house, which will build equity that they can pass along to the next generation. And these folks deserve it. They're hardworking families, and the chance to get to meet them is really a special part of that event.
How cool is it? You can go to this event and then you are literally seeing the people that you're benefiting and the people that their lives are changing, like you said. So that's really amazing. Auction going on throughout the dinner. Entertainment, any kinds of entertainment that we can look forward to?
We'll have some music during the cocktail hour. We've got a great auctioneer. Nicole Peterson is a bit of a local celebrity, and she does a great job on that. The other thing I should plug is, if you're interested in the items that are going up on the auction block, we do a preview as part of Gallery Walk. So the May Gallery Walk, you'll find us at 538 North Main Street. It's a vacant business right now. It used to be the home of Frugal Fashions, but everything we're going to have on the auction block will be there for the May Gallery Walk. Please stop on down, check it out. You can probably still get tickets that night and get a chance to bid on some things.
Well, that's a really good opportunity too, so you can kind of scope it out a little bit and gauge where you're going to be putting your bids in. Very nice. So where can we get tickets? How much do they cost? All that stuff.
Certainly. Tickets are $50 a piece, or $350 for a table of 8. We still have room for a few tables if folks are interested, and those are available simply by contacting us at either the Habitat Restore. You can just stop in and ask about tickets, or you can give me a call at 235-3535, or you can send an email to tickets@habitatoshkosh.org.
Wonderful. And you can find more information about Habitat and about the event at habitatoshkosh.org. You got a great Facebook page, always posting updates there, and there's an event Facebook page for the Home is Where the Heart Is too.
Absolutely. Check it out. Home is Where the Heart Is on Facebook. It'll get you right there, and you will be impressed by some of the creations our local artists have made for us.
Excellent. So once more, date and time of the Home is Where the Heart Is.
Yep, 7th Annual Home is Where the Heart Is, Thursday, May 18th at the Oshkosh Convention Center.
Wonderful. We're so much looking forward to it. Thank you for joining us today, Jeff, and telling us all about it, and best of luck in your final planning stages here.
Awesome. Thanks, Emily.
Coming up next, we are going to talk to the Oshkosh community players about a really unique upcoming production. Let's take a break here.
Come explore the world of Jan Brett at the Oshkosh Public Museum. Original artwork brings the beloved children's stories to life. Explore your way through this fantastic exhibit and meet some of your favorite Jan Brett characters. Discover the world of Jan Brett on display through May 14th at the Oshkosh Public Museum. For more information, visit oshkoshmuseum.org.
Oshkosh Media is government programming on GovTV, community programming on Life TV, community radio on Oshkosh FM 101.9 WOCT, online at oshkoshmedia.org, YouTube, and Facebook.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Oshkosh Today. Thanks again for joining us. Now, our next segment, we've broken into two halves because we have four wonderful ladies who are going to tell us all about the upcoming production by the Oshkosh Community Players, and that is called Calendar Girls. So I'd like to welcome Barbara Carroll and Ann Kaler here to tell us a little bit more about the production itself and what the story is and what it's all about. So welcome, ladies. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Yes. Now, this is a very cool production, something unlike anyone has ever done in Oshkosh before.
That's true.
It's called Calendar Girls, yes. So why don't you start out by just kind of give us your overview of what the story is all about?
Well, it is based on a true story of some women in England of a certain age who, to raise funds to buy a settee for a hospital, did a calendar, and flesh sells. So they kind of set out to prove that women of a certain age are still beautiful. And it's like I said, based on a true story. One of the characters in the play, her husband has died of cancer, and it's to support the hospital that he died at. And it was a great story. When I read the script, I laughed, I cried.
Definitely.
Definitely outside of any of our comfort zones, because we recreate the calendar shoot
Oh my gosh.
during the play, and all done with props.
And I don't think you mentioned what's special about the calendar is there's not, it's not necessarily fully clothed.
It's not about naked is detail.
Yes.
Nudity.
Nude.
Yes.
Nudity is more about the illusion.
Suggestion.
Suggestion,
Right.
thank you.
Yes,
Right.
suggestion.
Oh my gosh.
And I mean, the women who are in the play and who in real life were a part of Calendar Girls, all kinds. There's a single mother. There's a trophy wife. I play a retired school teacher. So we have different backgrounds, but we're all friends in the WI, or Women's Institute.
And you
So-
bond over something like this.
Yes.
I would say so. That was going to be my next question. So what has the process been like preparing for this, to prepare to be in a production like this?
We actually started, the trials were back in October because we wanted to have the calendar done in time to sell it before the new year started.
Yes.
And so we shot the calendar in November. And like I said, it was a bonding experience. I'd only worked with a couple of these people before, and you come in and put on a bathrobe with nothing on. You really get to know people quickly.
And that's amazing. You kind of form a special bond with each other as castmates, and I think it's really cool. And we will get more into the calendar in the second part about the fundraising aspect. But yes, that's something that's very special about this production, that in addition to, putting on this show, you've also gone that extra mile and have created some
I
calendars.
haven't. I came into the production late, just the end of March. I joined the cast because unfortunately one of the ladies had a health issue and had to drop out. I was very happy because I had been very disappointed when I didn't get cast. So I was very happy to step in as Jessie, the school teacher. And even though I didn't bond during the photo shoot, I certainly have bonded during rehearsals.
Oh,
Definitely.
for sure.
Definitely.
So if I could ask, where can we get tickets, and when is the production going to be happening? We got to get those special details too.
The production is this coming weekend. For the first weekend, it'll be April 28th, 29th, and 30th. And then the following weekend, May 4th, 5th, and 6th. The 30th is a matinee at 2 o'clock. Otherwise, performances are at 7:30.
Okay.
Tickets are available at the Grand Opera House. You can stop in at the box office. You can call. You can go online. Tickets are $15 and $18.
Right, with senior discounts?
and group discounts.
Perfect.
So bring a group of your ladies to come.
Yes. Oh, what better show to see with a group of your girlfriends than this
Yes.
one? I mean, talk about it.
It really is. It
Yeah.
tells a great story. And we get to do it all in British accents.
Oh, yes,
Which is
definitely.
awesome. That is so cool. So where can we find more information about the Oshkosh Community Players if we're curious to know more?
The best spot is to go to Facebook, Oshkosh Community Players.
Wonderful.
They talk about the history of the organization, their past and present productions, and also any future productions coming up.
Excellent. Well, Barbara and Ann, thank you so much for giving us a little brief overview of the production, what the story is about, where we can get tickets. We're going to take just a quick little pause here and welcome our other two friends from the Players. So thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you
for having us. Take one little minute here. All right, we are back here in this studio. We just did a quick little shuffle of our guests here. So now I'd like to welcome Jada Messer and Jane Hutton here to talk about a little bit more about Calendar Girls and another really cool aspect that has taken a part of this thing here, I guess I could say. So tell us a little bit about the other side of it. We've been doing a lot of fundraising. We talked a little bit about the calendars, so tell us what you've been up to. You've been busy.
We have been very busy, and mostly through calendar sales, but the other thing is getting ready for our actual events. So each night at the production, we're going to have some local cancer support groups. So getting those folks lined up and prepared to be at the show each night for awareness and then also fundraising.
Yes, and so the fundraising aspect of it, you're also supporting these organizations and collecting donations with your calendars and everything else to help support them. Tell us about that.
Very much so. We decided when we decided to do this that, like the original Calendar Girls, we wanted to share with the community. So the decision was made to share a portion of the proceeds, both from the calendar sales, and we still have some left, please. Yes, we would be glad to sell them all, and from the raffle that we hold at each performance. 50% of the proceeds will go to each night one of 6 separate cancer organizations locally.
Oh, that is so cool. And this is something that you've started doing it for this particular production, but it's something that you're thinking about continuing on in future shows too.
Oh, we've talked about it, especially with the board of Oshkosh Community Players. It's been something new that they've tried it. It's the first time we've done a philanthropic event or added some benefit to what we're doing. And it's been rewarding and fun, and so yes, we definitely want to try and do this kind of activity with at least one production every year going forward.
Wonderful. Well, it's inspiring to see what you've done for such a fun show too, to really make it something that you're supporting these wonderful organizations is just great. And you'll also have raffle sales as well. I had to mention that too. So what's that all about?
Well, there's a 50-50 raffle each night. Again, the proceeds going to the cancer support group of that evening. And then there's also a basket full of sunflower things and a handmade afghan that will be available every night for raffle.
So cool.
So,
wonderful.
We're
Well,
raising
and
money.
so we gotta support the calendars. Still
Yes.
selling them.
Yes.
How much do the calendars cost?
$20.
$20, and it's all for great cause.
We managed to sell one to a young man in the lobby.
Wonderful! That's so great.
And he's planning on coming to the show, so we're thrilled.
Perfect. Well, it's been great to hear about the background and the things that you've been doing to prepare for this program. We're really looking forward to seeing it. And if you want to just recap once more, date, time, when the show is going to start and how long it'll run.
Okay, the show begins this Friday night, the 28th, and it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday being a matinee, and then May 4, 5, and 6. All of the evening performances start at 7:30.
Great.
Tickets are $15 and $18, which is a real deal at the Grand.
Definitely.
And all the performances are at the Grand Opera House.
Yes, so you can get tickets at the box office. You can either visit the box office, go online. And for more information about Community Players, you guys have a great website, Facebook page?
On Facebook? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining us. It's been great hearing about all of this. Best of luck in your final months of weeks of preparing, I should say, days of preparing. Oh my gosh. Well, so exciting. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick break here on Oshkosh Today, and when we come back, we'll learn a little bit more about an event called BikeOsh. We'll be right back.
Scam artists are pretending to be IRS officials to get your money. They'll call, email, or text you, claiming you owe back taxes or there's a problem with your tax return. They even rig caller ID to make the call look official. They play on your fears. They threaten to take your driver's license or sue, arrest, or deport you. They want you to pay fast. What's the truth? The truth is the IRS's first contact with you will always be a letter in the mail. It's not a phone call, email, or text message. They won't insist that you pay with a prepaid debit card, a wire transfer, or cashier's check. Now you know. Has an IRS imposter contacted you? Report it at ftc.gov/imposters.
Welcome back to Oshkosh Today. Thanks again for joining us. Now we have two guests here to tell us all about an upcoming event called BikeOsh. So I'd like to introduce Daniel Columbana and Dylan Phillips here to tell us a little bit more. So welcome, gentlemen. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Yes. So before we get into it, tell us a little bit about yourselves. Where are you guys from? What's your history with biking and your involvement with this event?
So my name's Daniel, and we are both juniors at Oshkosh North High School. And so we're a part of the Communities program, and every junior in Communities gets to participate in a junior project, and ours happened to be BikeOsh. I chose it just because I love to get out, go biking, and just stay active and healthy.
Definitely.
Yeah, and for me, we did this, or a version of this project, a couple years ago when we were freshmen, and that project for me really opened up a lot of doors. It was a way for me to do a couple of things that I liked, which was biking. I got to film for a couple of things, and it was just some really awesome experiences that I really couldn't have gotten anywhere else,
Yeah, and I can't say enough about the Communities program. I'm sure you guys too. What's the experience been like throughout that process and, learning through that, area, I guess?
Yeah, so it's really awesome just getting out into the community, different service projects, volunteering, and not just volunteering, learning too. So we try to tie in English and social studies, and then we also get leadership and some other credits like social media marketing, stuff like that.
A lot better than sitting around in a classroom for 2 hours, right?
I definitely say so, yeah.
So tell us about BikeOsh. What exactly is it? Obviously, it's got something to do with biking.
Yeah. So BikeOsh is a biking event happening here in Oshkosh. And so it'll go Saturday, May 20th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And so there are 20 or so pit stops at local businesses here in Oshkosh. And so you can ride around, get a stamp, and then at 1 o'clock we will go back to the Oshkosh Senior Center, and then we will put in some tickets for a raffle. For every stamp that you get one ticket, and then you can win different prizes.
Excellent. Yeah. So it's a great opportunity to not only just get outside and start biking, but also take a look at some of the local businesses in Oshkosh that you might not otherwise visit. And it's kind of a fun little competition too. I think I would get a little competitive as I'm trying to reach all the 20 pit stops. Yeah. Very cool.
From last year, we've noticed that people really do. They get super competitive.
Yeah. So is there any, anything going on for the event outside of the pit stops, outside of people biking from place to place? Anything else that we can anticipate?
Yeah, actually, at the senior center, because with BikeOsh, we don't want to not include people that maybe haven't ridden a bike yet, or little kids that maybe haven't gotten the chance to ride a bike. So we have a bike rodeo going on, and so at a bike rodeo, you can expect figuring out helmets, how you properly ride a bike, where can you ride a bike, using the bike lanes, and it's even, it's at the senior center, so there's a bunch of pit stops all around, so just in case a family, you want to go and try out the bike with the kids, you can go over to any of our pit stops around there. So
that's really cool, and it's good because, especially for kids, that's not something that you're always teaching, when you learn to ride a bike. You kind of learn how to physically ride a bike, but you don't learn a lot of the other safety things that you need to know. So why is an event like this important to the city? What does the city benefit from this?
Yeah, so number one, just health. So there are so many health benefits to getting active. Just biking 30 minutes or more a day, there's a study that shows it reduces your chance of developing diabetes by 40%. So that's huge, just getting our community active and healthy.
And beyond that, another study was done, and it showed that cyclists actually tend to spend more money than any other mode of transportation. So if you travel in a car, you're less likely to stop at a local business and check it out. It really gives you that opportunity to check out what's around you, check out what's available, and really take in the sights.
That's really interesting. So yeah, definitely benefits the city of Oshkosh in that it's just kind of, slow it down and take a look around while you're getting from point A to point B.
Yeah.
Very cool. How can people get involved if they'd like to support or help out or anything? How can they get involved?
Yeah, well, to get involved, all you need to do is just grab your bike, grab a helmet, grab anybody that you want to bring along with you, and just go to one of our many pit stops. We've got a ton of them all around the city. Dan and I have been working, and we've been talking to businesses as well as everybody else, and we've been really trying to get as many people and as many businesses as possible on board. Excellent. So all you need to do is, on that day, on May 20th, just get out your bike and go.
So you don't need to pre-register or anything like that?
No
There'll be little places at each pit
Yeah,
stop.
there'll be maps as well as the little pedal passes, they're called, where you get your stamp at any one of the pit stops.
So where can we find more information about this so we know where the pit stops might be that we can start out at?
Yeah, so on their Facebook page, the BikeOsh Facebook page, you can go on there. That's really the best place. Once we get the map figured out and all the businesses confirmed, then we'll put that up there. So yeah, you can start at any one of the pit stops.
Wonderful. Once more, if you want to recap the date, time, and I guess where we can find more info. So May 20th?
Yep, May 20th from 10 a.m. Till 2 p.m. And then at 1, we will be meeting at the senior center.
Excellent. Yeah. And preparations have been going well so far. You got a little bit longer to prepare for this, but it's been going well?
It's been going pretty well. It's been quite an experience, so many interesting things that go into it. I've, just being a student, I've never had any experience planning an event, and so it's awesome to work with, such amazing people and work with the city. I get to say that I work with the city, which is something that people, kids my age don't really get to do, so.
Definitely. Well, we are very thankful that you guys were able to make it in and tell us all about it. Good luck with the last planning phases here, and I guess we'll see you at BikeOsh.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, guys. Now it's time to take just a minute to focus on health. Let's go ahead and take a look at what the topic this week is.
This Focus on Health segment is brought to you by Aurora Healthcare.
Well, thank you for taking some time to talk to us about specialty lenses. And I know this has a big fancy name. What's a big fancy name for specialty lenses?
Orthokeratology. That's what these lenses are.
And that's tough for me to say. But
yeah.
What is the specialty lens? What makes us different than from, say, a normal contact lens?
So orthokeratology, or corneal refractive therapy, uses hard lenses to gently reshape the front of the eye, the cornea, while you are sleeping, so that when you are awake during the day, you do not have to wear the lenses and you can see well.
Okay, so this is a lot different than a contact lens. That when I was growing up, you put the contact lens in the morning, pulled them out at night. So this is just completely opposite.
Right.
And that corrects the. What's the process behind that, or what is it doing at night that allows you to not have to wear the lens during the day?
So at night, when the lens is on the eye, it gently flattens the very front of the cornea so that when light enters the eye, it comes to a focus during the day.
Okay, so who would be a candidate for this? Who would this best serve?
People with nearsightedness or myopia and low to moderate amounts of astigmatism.
Okay, and what's the major benefit? I would imagine just you're not dealing with contact lenses throughout the day?
Correct. So not having to wear contact lenses during the day. And then it also can slow down the progression of myopia or nearsightedness.
Okay. How do you decide if this is the right thing for me? I mean, I would imagine for athletes or anybody that doesn't want to deal with the contact lenses during the day, would this be a better option for say an athlete that would be afraid of losing a contact lens within?
Yeah, definitely. Because they're not having the lenses in during the day, they don't have to worry about them falling out or moving while they're playing their sports or activities.
Okay, and this is relatively a specialized field in terms of this type of contact lens.
Right.
And pretty unusual in the Oshkosh area?
Yes, so it is an old technology. More recently the technology has improved, and there's not many people fitting this type of lens in the Oshkosh, Fond du Lac area.
Okay, well tell me about these vials here. Now these are the contact lenses within here. Right. How often do you need to get a new set of lenses?
So they're a hard contact lens, okay, or a gas permeable contact lens. It comes in a vial like this. One lens for each eye is required. We recommend that patients purchase a second or backup pair in case they lose or break them. They should not have to replace the lenses unless the prescription changes or the lens becomes broken or warped from usage.
So would this lens last forever, or how often would you typically want to change it? Or
I would say it would last a year or two.
A year. So about the time you're ready to come in and get
get
your eyes checked out,
yes,
you have to get a new set.
Yes.
Terrific. How about insurance? How does insurance play into this? Is this covered by insurance?
Some vision plans will allow you to use your hardware or materials allowance on these lenses, but we do have cash pay programs available.
Okay. And to be fitted for this, it's just a typical eye exam, or how does a person get fitted for
Yes, you would come in for your yearly eye exam, and we would start the fitting process at that time. Once we have the parameters we need, we would order the lenses and go from there.
So a painless procedure.
Yes.
Well, thanks for taking some time with us today.
You're welcome.
Of course, we encourage you to get a yearly exam here at the Vision Center, but if you have any questions about those specialty lenses, you can give Dr. Verhage a call at 456-2000. I'm Ted Stefaniak, and we'll see you next time on Focus on Health.
This Focus on Health segment has been brought to you by Aurora Healthcare.
All right, thank you, Ted. It looks like that's going to do it for this episode of Oshkosh Today. So, as always, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you tune in to Life TV for all of your community programming. You can search for Oshkosh Media on Facebook or YouTube for exciting news and updates, as well as videos of your favorite programs. And make sure to follow @City of Oshkosh on Twitter to receive down-to-the-minute updates about what's going on in your city. And you can also listen to Oshkosh Today and other programs on the radio at 101.9 Oshkosh FM, which is also streaming online and on the TuneIn Radio app for mobile devices. For more information about Oshkosh Media, programming schedules, and video on demand, visit our website, oshkoshmedia.org. And of course, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, you can email me at ci.oshkosh.wi.us. Again, thank you so much for joining us on Oshkosh Today, and we'll see you next time.
Oshkosh Today was supported in part by the Friends of OCM and Aurora Healthcare, 855 Northwest Haven Drive. Set design provided by House of Flowers, 1920 Algoma Boulevard. Oshkosh Today.